Today, on Bike Culture Hub, we dive deep into the brand new 2026 Bajaj Avenger 220, its features, design, performance, price, and all the reasons why it continues to be India's most loved budget cruiser. Let's start by setting the mood. Imagine cruising down a long stretch of coastal highway. The sun is low, the wind brushes against your face, and the engine hums beneath you, steady, powerful, and confident. That's the feeling Bajaj wants every Avenger rider to experience. And with this 2026 update, that classic cruiser emotion is now wrapped in modern engineering and design brilliance. At first glance, the Avenger 220 doesn't stray too far from its traditional cruiser silhouette, and that's intentional. Bajaj knows that the charm of the Avenger lies in its low-slung stance, teardrop tank, and elongated wheelbase. But look closer, and you'll notice the refinement. The new LED headlamp unit now comes with a DRL signature that gives it a premium touch. The front indicators are now slimmer, sharper, and integrated beautifully into the fork housing. The chrome detailing has been toned down for a more contemporary matte metallic finish, offering a perfect balance between vintage charm and modern aggression. The 2026 Avenger 220 comes in three striking colors: midnight steel, desert tan, and ocean mist blue. Each variant brings its own personality. Midnight steel exudes a dark, stealthy vibe, desert tan gives off a retro desert runner feel, while ocean mist blue appeals to those who want a calm yet confident cruiser. Bajaj has always focused on rider comfort, and the seat design has been reworked for better long-distance support. The cushioning has improved, the stitching is more durable, and the overall ergonomics make it one of the most comfortable cruisers in the sub-250cc segment. When it comes to performance, Bajaj has made some interesting moves. The heart of the 2026 Avenger 220 is a refined 220 cubic centimeters single-cylinder, oil-cooled engine, now BS7 ready and compliant with the latest emission norms. It produces around 19.2 horsepower of power at 8,500 revolutions per minute and 18.7 Nm of torque at 7,000 revolutions per minute. What's different this year is the revised throttle mapping and improved fuel injection system, which make throttle response smoother and acceleration more linear. The power delivery feels predictable yet spirited, making it ideal for both city commutes and highway cruising. Bajaj has worked hard to reduce vibrations, a long-standing concern among cruiser enthusiasts. The 2026 Avenger now comes with an improved engine mount setup and better damping materials around the chassis. The result is a smoother, more refined ride, especially at mid-range cruising speeds of around 80 to 100 km per hour. The gearbox remains a 5-speed unit but has been retuned for slicker shifts and reduced clutch effort. Even in heavy traffic, the clutch feels light, and the bike's low-end torque ensures you don't have to constantly downshift. One of the most impressive changes is the inclusion of a semi-digital instrument cluster. The analog speedometer still holds its place proudly on the handlebar, a nod to the Avenger's old-school design, but now, there's a compact digital screen displaying gear position, fuel range, and real-time mileage. Bajaj has also introduced Bluetooth connectivity for the first time in the Avenger lineup, allowing riders to pair their smartphones for navigation alerts and call notifications. It's not overloaded with tech, but it's exactly what you need on a laid-back cruiser. The suspension setup remains true to the Avenger's comfort-first philosophy. Up front, you get 41mm telescopic forks with rubber gaiters for added durability, while at the rear, Bajaj has improved the twin shock absorbers for better damping on rough roads. The ride quality feels plush and forgiving, making it perfect for long highway rides or uneven city roads. Braking duties are handled by a 280mm front disc and a 230mm rear disc, now paired with dual-channel ABS as standard. This upgrade greatly improves safety and braking confidence, especially during emergency stops. In terms of weight, the new Avenger 220 tips the scale at around 165 kilograms, slightly lighter than before thanks to the use of a redesigned frame and lighter alloy components. The ground clearance remains at 169mm, which is adequate for Indian road conditions. The fuel tank retains its 13-liter capacity, offering a realistic range of around 400 kilometers on a single fill-up, given its improved fuel efficiency of approximately 40 kilometers per liter under mixed riding conditions. Now, let's talk about the riding experience, the heart and soul of the Avenger. The moment you swing your leg over, you notice the familiar low seat height of 730 millimeters, which makes it approachable for riders of all sizes. The wide handlebar and forward-set foot pegs encourage a relaxed, stretched-out posture. The Avenger 220 feels planted and stable at all times. Whether you're weaving through city traffic or cruising along open roads, it responds with grace and confidence. The engine hums smoothly at 5,000 revolutions per minute, and at around 90 kilometers per hour, you can feel that perfect cruiser sweet spot where everything just clicks: the sound, the comfort, the flow. One of Bajaj's most thoughtful additions for 2026 is the touring accessory package. Riders can now opt for a factory-fitted windshield, backrest, saddle stays, and a USB charging port. These may seem like small details, but they elevate the Avenger from a city cruiser to a genuine touring companion. The seat comfort, combined with excellent wind protection and storage options, makes this bike ready for weekend getaways or even cross-country adventures. In terms of design language, Bajaj hasn't tried to make the Avenger futuristic, it's stayed loyal to what made it special. This isn't a sport bike disguised as a cruiser. It's a true blue cruiser built for riders who love to take it easy, enjoy the journey, and live that feel like God's spirit that Bajaj has proudly marketed for years. But make no mistake, the Avenger 220 now feels more premium than ever before. The fit and finish have improved drastically, panel gaps are tighter, switchgear feels solid, and the paint quality is richer and more durable. Let's move to the price. The 2026 Bajaj Avenger 220 is expected to launch at around 1.55 Indian rupees lakh ex-showroom, making it one of the most affordable yet feature-packed cruisers in its segment. At this price point, it competes with models like the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, Suzuki Intruder 155, and Jawa 42 Bobber, though it maintains a unique space for riders who want a lightweight, easy-to-handle cruiser without compromising comfort or character. So, what makes the 2026 Avenger 220 special? It's the balance. It's not about chasing speed or raw performance. It's about enjoying every mile with a sense of freedom. It gives you that emotional connection that's often missing in modern bikes overloaded with electronics. Bajaj understands its audience perfectly. The Avenger isn't trying to be a rebel or a racer, it's simply trying to be the most comfortable companion on the road. In daily use, the Avenger 220 continues to be practical. The low seat makes it easy to handle in traffic. The turning radius is friendly for city riding, and the new LED setup ensures great visibility at night. The bike feels well-built and dependable, traits Bajaj has built its legacy on. If you're a first-time cruiser buyer, the Avenger 220 is an ideal starting point. It gives you a taste of that laid-back riding lifestyle without intimidating power or bulk. For experienced riders, it's a perfect secondary bike, a machine that reminds you why you fell in love with motorcycling in the first place. Bajaj has also hinted that the Avenger lineup will expand further, possibly introducing a 400 cubic centimeters variant soon, but until then, the 220 stands tall as the brand's most refined and balanced offering in this space. And that wraps up our in-depth review of the 2026 Bajaj Avenger 220. What do you think of this new version? Has Bajaj nailed it again with this modern classic, or do you wish they had taken a bolder step forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Bike Culture Hub, and ring the bell icon for more deep dive reviews, bike comparisons, and first look reveals from the world of motorcycles. Until next time, ride safe, stay free, and keep the culture alive. This is Bike Culture Hub, signing off.